Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure. I see the audio bar moving, and I see you moving on the camera, so we should be good. Jake, we good to go?
I'll just chill on the couch an hour or no.
Yes. Testing. Okay, good. Pretty good.
Keep talking. No, stop.
Hi. Hello.
That's good.
A lot better. Okay, we had you at like 70% volume, and you kind of ear raped Jack. Only kind of.
Not ear rape, you just jump scared me. Like a fucking
It's not ear rape if I wasn't consenting to raping, so.
You enjoy the rape.
There's that.
If it was not my fault
and not your fault, then
It's
isn't
ear
rape.
C and C.
Yeah, here at CNC. Brother's just on the CNC trade.
It's here and see.
It's here at C.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Anyway,
You said there wasn't a good version of everything.
there isn't a good version of some things, and I will stand by that.
That reminds me
die.
of the British person's joke that he made. It was like the. Oh, I can make. And 6 words.
Which pizza is stuffed crust?
What do you
Barbecue.
mean?
Wait, what? There is some? What the fuck?
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue. She's gone.
Okay.
And so is the barbecue chicken.
As the bird goes to get her
Oh
bread.
yeah, speaking of which.
Bread for the bread bird.
Bread for the bread god.
Skulls for the skull bird.
Skulls.
Okay, so as we continue, or as we left off, after spending 3 sessions in combat with Cerasis, the great ancient dragon of the Huntsman.
Or like a dead dragon announcement.
Yeah, kind of.
Fuck that man.
Kind of got CNC'd by Gone after a successful
He got
divine.
CBT. He got cock and ball tortured.
Are you okay, Claire?
I'm fine.
By the way, I gave you.
Are you okay, Thomas?
Nate started it.
I gave you.
Actually, Thomas started it by taking the last one.
Take
I
my
didn't do
head.
You
bird.
don't
It's not
eat.
stuffed crust.
Fuck you. You've always accepted it.
You
I was
don't eat the barbecue pizza.
Notice how I still. I believe in the
What is that's so
That
dumb.
no.
Okay,
no.
after
That's
a
fucking-
long combat in which your green He-Man snake friend kind of turned the fight after a few choice spells, you guys returned to Karth by way of teleportation circle to Ventar Quintomeris's manor
Also ruined
with-
the guy's carpet.
and ruined my boy's carpet.
That's really fun.
And you guys brought your 2 new ex-huntsman friends with you.
I thought you were about to say it.
2 X's with you.
Yep, 2 X's. So Bram and Editarek came back with you guys. You guys went to the Whale's Call. Upon entering, Jack had Drake come back and help him deal with some nature stuff that apparently had grown in his little private room. And after that, Mike went out to see Dog and his sister. With some people following. Sister, yes, the person they used Wish on.
That really pissed you off?
That's what I said.
Yeah, sister. And coming in, Dog, leaping from the rafters and jumping on Mikhail, tackling him to the ground, end up getting called off by what at the time was, I believe, in the form of a dark-haired half-elf. With mid to late 20s, pretty fair looking, as she says, "Hello, brother."
What's up, bitch?
Hi. You're uglier than I remember.
You're gay.
I just
Xbox
stare at her.
party chat response.
Okay, and as you stare at her, she's going to begin her transformation into the White Raven.
As she does that, I'm just going to change into Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick. Big black dude. Bald black dude.
Yep.
As you do, she kind The raven now kind of looks at you awkwardly. I had to use a form like that.
It's been pretty useful.
Yes, it is at deceiving people.
Deep black man.
And as she does that, she kind of grins and jumps on you in a bear hug.
4 big ducks.
And as she does, Dog kind of swarms over and also kind of just awkwardly half lays on you guys, pushing you over on
no.
Dog? No, we said no tackling. Remember? Dog just.
That was translation for, but I'm a linebacker. Don't you know I'm the reincarnation of fucking.
That was the most slurred he said.
Oh, what's his name?
Googling it as we
No.
You already have
What's
that.
his name?
You're
The
right.
Ravens
Now.
quarterback. Not quarterback. Ravens linebacker.
You're fucked up.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
4 more drinks.
Bro just nicknames Dog.
Ray Lewis. Dog Ray Lewis the second.
And as your sister kind of helps you back up, she kind of looks behind and says, "Are you going to introduce me to your friends?
The one person who's with him?
I know Nari's there."
No.
Just Trey.
No.
I was gonna say Trey was
Trey-
the
Trey-
only
Trey's
like
only-
Okay, so
only-
Trey's the
because he
I
just
thought Nari
booked
called.
it. He just
Yeah.
went. He didn't tell anyone. He just
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of went in and I just kind of took a look around, and as everyone else was greeting everyone, I just kind of went.
Okay, I remember Trey did go with you.
No, I went to go get a beer.
Yeah. So as they're all drinking alcohol, Drake's just standing behind you.
Shayla, this is Trake,
More
one of my
accurate.
companions.
No,
She
it
kind of
was
reaches her
more
hands out and
accurate.
shakes your hand. Nice to meet you,
You
Drake.
your 4th glass.
How'd you meet
Fourth
this
tankard.
one? He's short and more natured.
It's a long story. Just got back, maybe over some beers. The rest are inside. You should meet them as well.
We'll do.
Much more interesting anyway. So.
Is there another form I should take?
Oh, that was fine, and I want to shift back to my Blackbird form.
Alright, we'll do.
Can you turn green?
I can turn into many things. I've
No,
seen
like the same as what you want right now, except green.
I probably could. Given enough time and
That's
practice.
that's definitely how everyone wants to see you. You should go in like that.
I'm just
Is
gonna
he
kind of
always
look
so
at him,
annoying?
but I'm not gonna say anything about what he's saying. I'm just gonna kind of look at him and then look back at her, be like, he grows on you just a little bit.
And by that, you
Like
can
fungus.
As
And
long
then
as
I
he
went
doesn't go
outside.
in me, that'll be fine. Let's
Oh.
go meet the others.
Oh.
What did you say?
You said he grows on you, and I said like fungus. And then I walked inside.
Fungus.
That's the.
Yeah, about like that.
Alright. Let's meet the others. I must say it was very disorientating what happens. 1 minute in a cell, next minute in a mansion. What even was that?
Mansion in a mansion.
Well, we had to take things into our own hands as the folks who had taken you had gained the upper hand on us after we almost handled them a couple of times. And so I dotted my I's and I crossed my T's, and here you are.
That doesn't answer the question. As per usual.
I'm just gonna kind of show and be like, well, a lot of things are different, but some things never change.
That's fair. That's fair. It's good to see you again.
And you, and we'll kind of
It's terrible.
over that, kind of check her over. Is there any apparent
No.
wounds or anything like that?
Nothing major, no. You do notice as you kind of ruffle the feathers around her neck that there is no collar there, but there is almost like a sear, almost like a tattoo that was some kind of brand.
Well, you look good, all things considered.
It is about as well as I could have asked for, at least after sitting in a cell for a few months.
honestly, I would have expected to see more wounds or.
Excuse me. Jesus. No.
The huntsmen, they often do not use physical torture. Now, I was able to resist most of what they tried to do, but there are still some lasting effects. I've been through a lot, as I'm sure you have as well.
She's now as terrified of spiders as Nari.
I don't think that's physically possible.
It is impossible.
Impossible.
Well, let's go get you introduced.
Alright.
And a drink in my hand.
Alright.
We'll go ahead. Turn
She's
the
gonna
head
kind
on.
of awkwardly skip in behind you. As she steps in, Jack! And Jack just kind of awkwardly looks over, and you all see he has an audible, like, sigh as she calls his name. The usual, and she's like, of course! And she kind of runs over and tries to plant a kiss on his cheek, and he kind of dodges away.
Vortex work.
Protect water. So the rest of you all see like a giddy little schoolgirl skipping in a almost perfect replica of what you see Mikhail in as a raven form, but with completely white feathers.
Wow.
As the bar is pretty empty at the time, so she kind of looks over, sees the group of obviously well-armored and armed people, and kind of just grabs the drink and a plate of food, sets it on the table, and says, "Right, Mike, who are these people?"
Yeah, that's Metal Boy and Fire Girl and Cheesy McCheater Pants and Dummy Head.
Jack, I need another
already met the
beer.
little dude.
Well,
Warden,
I didn't
I'm
know
gonna
you
throw a
two
chicken
soup
wing or
names.
something that I have like at Mikhail's pen, and just the greasiest one I can
So
find.
you have at this point you have a plate of like different chicken parts, and you take a wing
the
and
nastiest.
just yeet it at him.
athletics check. You've had a couple
I'll
of
say-
beers.
I'll say
Athletics
let's
check.
go.
It kind of glances off of Mikhail. He has high enough dex, he'd probably dodge it. But it kind of glances off of Mike, but he seems oddly happy. So he's not as on edge as usual. So what
Everyone,
are their actual names?
this is Shayla.
Yes, I am Shayla.
Yeah, and I already like her better than you, dipshit. So
That's not hard.
no, it's really not.
What is your name?
Nari.
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 Nari. And Metal Boy?
Warden.
Minor lover.
Warden.
Minor lover.
What lover?
Um,
Warden, who's
in some realms
who's-
that is still okay, but I didn't believe it
Oh.
was in the
Oh.
dominant empires.
Ooh.
Pretty old too.
How old?
Oh, very, very,
Very
old. He likes it.
Warden,
Probably
who's
older than
at the,
you.
who's kind of at least 15 feet away. He's a couple tables over. He's finishing packing up the rest of the heart, and right before he finishes, as just before that, he casts.
Fireball.
No.
I cast Power Gem. Motherfucker.
Brother, a disintegrate would insta kill her. She does not have a lot of
Banishment.
No, so I know the heart is being frozen as well as in an insulated bag as well as in a giant duffel bag. But before I close it all up, cinch it shut, I'm going to touch the egg and cast Gentle Repose, just to ensure that there is no decay.
Emo.
Yeah.
So Gentle Repose.
I know what gentle repose
Yeah,
is.
lasts 10 days, so we're good.
Yeah.
So that means it should have no decay, plus his eyes.
It should have negative decay.
Literally.
Negative decay.
It should
Literally,
be
it
it
starts
should be
bleeding
eating by
again.
the end of this.
And
Oh.
as she's saying what she's saying, I cinch up my bag, cinch up the bag, and I turn and walk up to her at the table and say, her walk in or anything like that. He was very preoccupied. But he walks up and sees his sister, and like it is literally an exact replica of him, but white.
Racist.
Yeah, I know. So he's literally like brain processing like.
You have seen me in that form.
Yeah.
Yes,
once
you
or
have.
twice as
But
well.
he has to remember.
He sees both.
I mean, it's
That's
been
fair, actually.
It's been a long. It hasn't even been 24 hours since we killed the dragon, so it's been a long 24 hours.
It's been a long like 3 days.
Yeah, it's been
For
a long.
someone who's 15,000 years
And
old or whatever it is,
Warden-
like,
And
what?
wasn't conscious as a creature. before
Warden,
that time.
who
Young at heart.
audibly breathes in and says,
It's like 21.
"Well, it
years.
looks like it worked." And
Yeah.
he looks up at Birdman.
Man, you're really old for your
Mikhail. Mike. Yeah, there we go. He looks at Mike. It looks like it worked.
real quick.
My name is Warden, and you? And he reaches out one of his forearms.
Hello, Warden. My name is Shayla.
I am glad to see that you are safe.
I'm glad to see that you are safe too.
Given the circumstances, I believe this was the best outcome.
What?
Yeah.
I still haven't been explained. What? How exactly did you get me?
I'm just gonna look at Drake and I'm gonna laugh.
Oh.
Poor Drake.
Drake's awfully quiet.
Yeah, Drake, you got something
Give
you'd
it
like to
Drake.
say?
What was the question?
No,
not
there's
hear.
no,
How
there's
did
no
you-
question.
It's, well.
Or, well,
She's merely asking how she got there, and
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Drake definitely wants to answer that. Is no one answering?
We've all
all
beat
I
around the
did was
bush.
like turn and I was like,
laughing at you.
Yeah,
To you.
Warden had said
So I'm gonna-
yeah.
Go ahead.
ahead.
Just say your thing.
I come up to her with a piece of paper and I'm writing on it and say, well, we used a special magic ring to bring you here, something that we could have used for getting endless riches, for curing a disease, or actually ending one of our lives on accident, which was really risky of us to do. So far, I'm weighing your worth. Pros, you make my friend happy. Cons, you can't turn green, so keep it up.
I said that I could turn green. I would not say that as a
But you
joke.
didn't. And he's gonna keep walking until she does it.
He is
Sped.
such a thorn.
Warden,
So,
Warden
I
is
know
going to
in-
put his hand on top of Drake's head and say, "Must I remind you that
Lightning
infinite
strikes.
riches are not an issue?" He like kind of hunches down and looks at him a little closer. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I know there's a lot of various colored drinks in D&D. Does there happen to be a green drink around here?
No, we can.
If you could probably find something.
Don't you have the stuff to make potions? You could make it green.
If you
I do, but I want this in like the next 6 seconds.
if you
In the
look at
next
the
6 seconds,
river,
If you
over
go to
there-
check, sure. Let me just. Yeah, sure. There is some green drink that pretty much just has like a green food coloring in it. A mundane process. It's a very slightly alcoholic beverage.
I'm gonna get a cup, and I'm just gonna go right on the side of Shayla and just be like, "Oh look, she's green. Shut up, Drake."
Damn.
She doesn't even flinch as she gets splashed with this liquid, and she just kind of rubs it into her feathers a little bit to spread it around.
I cast prejudice.
Mickey erases a sentence on his list and puts it away.
Just gotta nod.
Alright, well, I still have these two.
You'll-
Oh, this is
which
a
one?
dumb
Which one are you
dumb.
looking at?
These two. I'm looking at both of you, dimwits.
I am Gorsh.
Gosh.
Gorsh, yes, I know.
Yes. And
My name's Atan. Nice to meet you. I'm full out of here.
and she kind of shakes it gently.
It's nice to meet you. I'm assuming, I've had a lot to drink, so I don't know if I'm split visioning or not.
You
I'm
are.
assuming, oh, am I? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're probably just that guy, huh?
No. Well, yes. But actually, no.
That hurts my brain too much. I'm assuming you're a different person, and it just goes back to his brain.
He's like this a lot.
ain't your boss.
Oh, but he's my brother. I respect his wishes.
Whoa.
He spent a lot of time
Lol.
to come and find me.
Speaking
and
of wishes.
See, Spittle, what are the rest of us doing? The rest of us participated.
participate.
I need a friend. I need someone that's
Nari, I will be your friend.
Thank you.
I can.
Nari's a little half drunk. Do you want to drink fire with me?
Warden leans in and says,
Preferably not. However, I can give you another friend. And as she does, she casts a spell, and a small flock of foxes appear at your feet. And like 4 cute little foxes just start dancing around and hopping up on you and around you.
That is the most drunk Nari response I think I've seen today.
That's probably because it's from Claire. As she does that,
Get here!
as she does that, noticing it's completely gotten her attention, she's like, "That'll probably keep her distracted for a little bit."
It does
She
keep her
just
distracted
points,
for a
that's
little
the dumb one, isn't she?
No, actually, she was the smartest for a little
bit.
while.
Nari just drinks her feelings.
She does. Well, from what Jack has told me, the reason why I say it's a maybe is, as far as I know, your next stop is an everlasting storm that was quite dangerous the last time you were there. It wasn't that bad.
Warden, who's kind of been spaced out for a bit. Because I've been spaced out. But spaced out for a bit in the whole conversation. He mentioned the storm and he, under his breath, says, "You're welcome." That's it.
He's strange. You said he was old. How old exactly?
Does the math on his hand.
Start like. When you get to that many millennia, does it even really count?
Millennia. Dementia generally settles in around 65 to 70. I wonder what his mind must be like. His robotics.
Nari's gonna laugh at that too, guys.
My mind was quite the topic earlier.
You see, that's the funny thing. We actually, this is an upgraded version of his mind.
Literally.
You should have met him when I met him.
Warden will turn to her and say, "Forgive me, I have a lot to digest since our battle with the ancient dragon."
But I thought you didn't have to worry about food.
That's what that big hulking red thing was? That was a dragon's
Heart.
heart. You fought a dragon?
Ancient.
Yes,
Was that for me or?
we did. Also, yes.
Related.
In a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way.
We needed his heart, but he was also in our way of getting to you.
Yes, I saw I didn't see many people in Ice Tower Fortress. Spiders are not that terrifying when you can talk to them. They're actually
Warden puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "And she's dead." So,
You're right. I need another drink, please.
So, she says, spiders are not that terrifying when you can speak to them. They're actually quite comely and kind creatures. They'll take
I
care of
agree.
all the little pests in the cell, and as long as you provide them company, they are very...
How tall was Santa?
Santhara was in her drider form,
yeah.
like 16 to 18 feet. She was tall. All legs. All legs. But...
All legs.
Explains a lot.
No torso.
You must forgive her, a 16-foot, half spider, half woman.
I
Has
believe I saw her.
he did try to kill me.
She did some weird things with me. She transformed into multiple. Not with me. And as you kind of speak out, you feel a strange twinge on your shoulder, as there is about a palm-sized wolf spider just sitting on your shoulder.
Ugh. Not a
And
wolf spider.
Shayla notices it before you do, and she just kind of reaches her hand out towards your shoulder, and as you look down, you see it. Do you flinch, or do you freeze?
I think she freezes.
I definitely freeze.
As you freeze, Nari, Shayla kind of holds her hand out for the spider to come along. The spider kind of crawls on.
Where'd the spider come from, Norse? Huh? Huh?
And she notices immediately and then kind of just sets it back down on the table.
The fuck did you do?
Did she give it back to you?
Oh, was it?
Can I see
No,
that?
camera, of course.
Can I see
You see me on the table. Foom. See, it wasn't that bad. I just realized what you did. That's so good. He just
Warden,
looks over and see me check polymorph his units.
Warden
It's so good.
turns to Shayla and
Oh
says,
my god.
anywho, somewhere in the ballpark of
Love that smell.
14,000.
That's
That's why I
very
need
low.
Ace used to have a sense of sky.
It's a free use.
I would find
It's a
the test
font that I
eyesight on Norse.
Free use.
Ice Knife does have an AoE property to it, so you may want to be careful with that. Everything within 5 feet also.
This is
Oh,
the
my
combat. He's gonna murder me.
This is when it happens, guys. Shayla kind of just puts her hand on Nari's shoulder and is like, it's alright. Like I said, spiders are quite kind creatures.
Not that
They
one.
were actually, well, I can't protest to him.
I helped kill the spider along with him.
Yes, I believe I saw the spider you speak of. I never saw her in a full form. The cells around were not large enough. But I saw a shrunken version of a drider at times. And a strange halfling girl at times. There
Oh
was
yeah, that's the same thing. The same person.
same creature. She was quite curious. She was actually some, I wouldn't call it kind, but she at least didn't try to enter my psyche and control me, unlike some others there.
Hold on.
Heart.
What? Wait a minute. What does that mean?
Harkin.
A Githyanki.
Yeah.
He did some experiments, but he was not the primary one. There were some others.
Names. We'll
They've
take
got-
them out.
I
They've got a
do not
laboratory.
have names.
What do they look like? Can you turn
Um,
into them?
I never got the chance. I was mostly half unconscious when I was able to see their face, and as my brother will know, I have to concentrate on them for an extended period of time.
Oh yeah, he's full of bad drugs sometimes.
I'm sure he pulled it off in
The
the most
instant
creepy
turn.
way possible. He's very good at making people want to kill him for looking at them for too long.
And themselves. I don't know at all what you're talking about.
He's a bit of a goofball, some could say. In any regards, I do not know names and I barely know faces.
Unfortunate.
But there were many other prisoners there that had been fucked with, shall we say. Some completely controlled and taken over. But I believe there was much more going on at Ice Top Fortress than even I knew. They had a lot of experience.
Just with slaves in general? Like what?
Captured slaves that didn't have a home.
Hmm.
I passed from owner to owner for a few months as they either caught me trying to do something I wasn't supposed to be doing, or just didn't need my service anymore. I'm a bit of a bookish person. And I was first sold to a page, and even got to study in some of the libraries in Winter for a time. But that
What color are Shayla's eyes? Sorry.
what color are Shayla's eyes? Do you have that denoted?
Feels like a
they're
blue one.
I think they're blue.
White with blue
Nari's
is a
still kind
perfect
of drunk, but
combo.
she's really trying hard to listen to what Shayla's saying, so she's just like focusing really hard on how pretty she thinks Shayla's eyes are. And that's literally the only thought in her head.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not the only thought in her head, but she's really trying.
They're
she's
blue.
really trying to
Claire, you're
focus.
not allowed to use your
like a
bisexual side.
crystalline.
Fuck.
I will not
Don't show
romance
my
you.
Like a crystalline.
I already tried to do that as a one shot.
So very, very
Kind of
bright,
natural
vibrant blue.
19.
It's like a very like touch of silver to it, but like that direction of blue.
Yeah, so a very,
Like
very
icy blue?
bright blue.
Like an icy crystalline blue.
Got it. Okay. Nari's listening. She's trying to make sense of things, but she's kind of drunk, so she's really staring hard into the eyes.
I feel this would be a conversation better had with you not slash.
Give me a fucking drink that won't make me want to drink, but that won't make me.
Some would say fireball.
As you turn toward him to do that, you feel a touch on your elbow as she casts Lesser Restoration on you.
I was about to do
Yeah, but she's nicer.
Oh, I do that.
Oh, I do.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
That's a good reference.
I apologize for my.
There is no need to apologize. You just killed a dragon, and I'm sure I've killed many other things.
And the gift Yankee. The gift Yankee was
Anyways,
Well,
you were saying about the people, the slaves and things.
there's a lot going on there that I don't know about. It would behoove somebody or some group of people to go up there and stop them. However, with that dragon dead, which as far as I know is and was their leader, I don't know how long things will stay that way.
What kind of, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of experiments were
They
they
had no
trying
way
to
to
run
heal
on you? What things were they doing to you to elicit
stabilize
a
them.
response?
They removed my collar
that's
in a very,
just
some would say,
Middle of the tongue,
off-brand
just
way. It left a mark on me after I was captured just west of Pintor. Me and many other escaped changelings and some other people were all ambushed in a cave. So,
At least we found many dead changelings
yes, there were
and slaves.
3 or 4 groups of huntsmen that fell upon us, all tracking the same routes from different locations. One of which was from Dontura, and they took a few of the slaves that had owners that wanted them back, along with some other creatures and animals. They were in a large iron cart, all of them were, and they headed west, while the rest of us headed back northeast to Icetown Fortress. Those of us who survived the initial assault and didn't have a place to go. I was only experimented on in a few ways as a changeling. They were obviously trying to tap into some way of how I change forms. Just poking and prodding, never taking a flesh or anything like that. And there was one man. He was tall, elven man, wispy gray hair, a large scar striking down the left side of his face. He came in with this little device that he would set on my head. He would denote that it reproduced almost like a draconic roar, some kind of scream that would mess with you. I was generally able to hold myself against the presence, whatever it was, but it was
But it felt like a presence.
yes. It was something trying to enter my mind, whether it was a part of the machine or not, I do not know. He would only be in for but a minute or two before I would nearly black out from the mental anguish, is as best as I can put it. And he would return a few days later,
Do it again.
once I had recovered, yes, and attempt again. He seemed to be scared of breaking my mind, but not scared of putting me through it multiple times. I was mostly well fed, surprisingly, but it was cold. It was very cold.
I mean, it is nearly frozen wasteland when you get that high.
Yes. We've been to
smartest thing you've ever said.
Not stopping
As
you
she
from
says
lighting
that,
the
she
cabin
kind
on
of
fire.
just takes her cup and just downs it.
Say what?
Stopping you
After
from
she
lighting
downs
the
it,
tavern on fire. I
Warden's
feel like that's
gonna-
a pretty smart one as well.
Warden's gonna
Good
call
day,
over
whatever.
Jack.
Jack kind of slides over with another plate of food.
I was like,
Is this a standing or sitting conversation?
Yes.
Alright then, he's gonna take a seat.
and he's like,
Did you take your medicine today?
Did you take your meds?
dude, I'm so tired right now.
Yes.
I'm straight from work. But yes, I did take mine. Warden
I haven't.
is gonna wave down what's his name at the bar to just kind of circle for more drinks,
Okay.
and then
We'll go ahead and start setting more drinks.
yeah, and Warden kind of looking concerned. Yeah. Warden looking concerned, says, Jack, do you have any worries about the spell that will be cast regarding the dragon's heart and everything like that? Releasing the primordials, not primordials, the titans. He's kind of like worriedly looking down, and he's just gently like rubbing kind of his chest.
Jack
While
kind
looking at
of
this.
looks at you and says, I only know what you have told me. And I must say, I do not have all of the information about what occurred when you went to the raid. So, I cannot give you a fully informed opinion. But what I can do is say that you have been requested to do this. And at this point, as far as I know, you are somewhat bound to it. It behooves you to at least return the items. Once you have returned the items, as long as it is by the wording of whatever pact you signed, your job will be done. And if it such behooves you to try and stop their use of the items you brought them, it will be your free choice to do so.
Warden's, as he's continuing to kind of rub that area, as Jack finishes what he's saying, he kind of winces in pain a little bit and says, I don't have second doubts about doing what I need to free my creators. But I'm concerned about the people of this continent.
That is what both the Clavus Guild, the Encyclocratus, and the people who sent you here, the Consortio, are trying to figure out the best way to save as many as possible, or at least avoid the danger.
What part do you believe you'll play once everything?
I am a well-known, and our party is a well-respected group of, let's just say, the people in this society of Karth. In the 5 or so months it will take for the lead up to everything to be settled, Karth will begin to be fully populated by that time. Our intent is that the strong backs, so me and my friends here, will be those who are organizing the evacuation using the ships of Karth. There will be those in Gwynder that will be used, and the other port cities as well. But we will be the ones mostly established organizing Karth's evacuation when the time comes. Because, if I'm going to be honest, that seems to be our best option. necessarily, or at least not things I believe you can help us with. You do not have any political pull, and while you may have money, that is not a question for us. If anything, it would be extra hands. However, the consortio is already helping with that. So,
So where does
as
this
of now,
go?
I am not
Suicide
concerned.
Yes.
Sorry, I was-
That was all I was
Understood. What do you take of the fact that we killed another of your kind?
Cyrus,
I know
I would
that
not
you.
call them my
I know
kind.
it's
Either
not
regards, Cyrus was neither a thorn in my side nor an ally of mine. I have both worked with him in the past, as I have told you before, and become an enemy of his. But it was null and void by that time. I do not hold grudges, and neither did he.
Well, that's good to hear.
The huntsmen are not entirely evil. The groups you've run into are the groups that participate in the bounty hunting, in the slave hunting, in the contract killings. You have not met those who are merely just your general adventurers. There are plenty of good people, and I believe that your friends here that you brought with you are proof of that. They are not something to be eradicated, as some in the Clavis Guild believe them to be. That is a discussion that I will be having here in about a week. Many of the Clavis Guild owners are going to be coming this way, off of the fact that I have given them word that their leader is dead, along with many of their archons. You have opened a door where a full-out assault on Istop Fortress might be possible. It is going to be upon us to make the decision on whether the Clavis Guild wants that to happen. And with allies such as the Entrocratus and the Consortio now, we may even be able to have an aquatic assault as well.
Fucking submarines and shit.
Not exactly. Okay.
We're just got fucking.
We're just launching.
ICBMs.
Just a mass
Dun, dun,
power
dun.
word kill. Just Ventar floating in the sky, just 12th level spell.
Meteor storm, 4 people just surrounding a place.
Bro casts heightened meteor swarm.
It's a heightened power word kill. Anything with
cast
less than
fuck you
500
with
HP
level
just dead.
I wonder. There's no rules as written, but what would be my ruling on if you heightened a power word kill? What would that raise the HP to? I wouldn't double it.
Probably have to scale it based on.
It would be like 150, maybe.
That could kill me, so I mean, yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, because 100 doesn't kill most
Yeah.
level 10, 12
I feel like
plus characters.
200 though would be like a definition of like a power word kill.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to go like
That's
literal, like you're powering up
outrageous.
a literal be able to kill something.
Warning.
Warden. You
Go
get
to fix
fucked
the
in
modes.
the ass, and you get 200 damage done to you.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, at least I'm not.
With
At least he doesn't like
At least
it.
I'm not
With no
staying
loot.
at camp all
No
the time talking about boots and the fact that I want to blow up.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
Gil?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, who's gonna carry the boat? Who's gonna carry the boats?
Who's gonna carry the logs? As Jack's kind of sitting there, he says, well, you know you have my help if you need anything. When do you intend on departing?
Jack,
At first light.
I just kind of look around at the party and look at Mike see.
A day or two might be nice to rest up.
What? Yes, please.
Personally, I have all of these shit to be able to make into swords that I really want to do, but that can.
You would best find use for that in Dawntura.
I know, and that's
Or, from what I hear,
Dwinder.
in the Fade.
The fuck's the Fade?
That's the
Fade
name
called
of
the Storm.
Oh, that's the storm
The
place.
place
Yeah.
that you're going next. I understand. Never mind.
Either
we didn't
way,
hire any
He
of those
hasn't
friends.
been there yet.
All I know is we're going to a big ghastly place with a giant
Jack
box.
kind of looks to Mike and says, "Do you intend on taking her with you?"
Does she intend on coming?
I'll never let go, Jack.
That's the real question.
Shayla's kind of sitting there and she says, "Of course, I would love to attend to my brother and make sure that I'm there to have a stick when he falls, but there is. I understand it is a dangerous thing, and I've been in enough dangerous scenarios. I am leaving it to Mike's to meet him."
Oh, you just never go on.
Woman should choose her own path. Don't leave it to the silly
You want odds
men.
or evens?
She's a strong, independent woman that don't need
Don't leave it. Don't leave this to the dice.
Nah.
This is his choice.
Mara's
wanna
just gonna
drink?
like have fire in her hand and be like,
While he's pondering,
She kind of takes your hand.
while he's pondering,
Vines start to grow
Warden
on your feet.
Warden turns
He looks like
to
balls.
Warden turns to our two friends,
Okay. Ram
and
and Editarik were kind of sitting in the next table over, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Warden turns to them and
I forgot they were with us.
When you got a turkey, just a turkey.
they've been
leg.
sitting at the table like right next to us.
They're literally on the table right next to you guys, just with a feast in front of them. Ed just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he is buried. Like, his entire beard is stuffed full of, like, this clam chowder soup.
Yeah.
Whereas Bram is much more cautiously eating and paying attention to the conversation.
But Warden, while he's contemplating, Warden turns to
Rich versus
Bram and
poor.
says, "And what of you two? What are your plans?"
I do not see why I would return or that direction, the fold, that is. Last time I was there, I seem to remember my entire party being killed.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
And now you're traveling with their killers.
Only half by choice. Either way, I have many other plans that I could attend to. Losing my birthright has certainly opened up my options of what I can do with my life. So, or at least I assume I'll lose it after they hear that I helped kill the dragon.
Right.
Whoa.
I am
He
of a
was-
noble family from the Katonic Empire. The Irios.
He's literally part of the Katana. He's
Yes.
one of the big.
While I am
Wait, was this
fourth-
explained?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no,
While
my
I
bad.
am the fourth born, you killed my older brother.
Fourth born? How many siblings do you have?
Hold on, wait.
Right.
What do you keep looking at me for?
Oh fuck! I thought you were Shayla.
I'm so confused.
No.
I thought you were Shayla, and I was like, where the
Shayla's down
fuck?
here. He's
This is Bram.
fairly similar cadence.
Bram, remember
but
the one that
he-
we kidnapped? Well,
No, I got it now. We're good now. I was like, since when has this been?
There are not that many siblings, but relatives for sure. Bram.
Cool. Anyways.
Bram's like my lineage and cousins and uncles and aunts. There are some odd, I believe, 300 in the Katonic Empire.
I already done how many family members.
Where is that? Right here. Don't you have a map
Yes.
of that Discord?
Quite a bit, sadly. Either regard, I believe me and Ed will. I don't know, Jack, do you have work for us? And Jack will be like, I'm sure I can find something. Well, in that case, I'm sure we can find something with Jack or maybe one of the other groups. Hell, even the Consortio. It's not like they've blackmailed half my family multiple times, but perhaps they would be interested in having an Irio in their midst.
The hippo might help as well.
Hippo? Are you talking about the creature whose home we teleported?
Ventok, yes.
Yes, I had not met him other than the time where people vomited on his floor. He was not very happy. Is he generally like that? If so, I don't think I want to work for him.
Yes.
Yes? Does he at least pay well?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we'll leave it to a toss-up.
He
then.
was our, for lack of a better term, this party's previous master.
Ah, he was the one who purchased you when you came.
Correct.
Intriguing. Well, either way, I'm sure me and Ed can find work. And at this point, our heads will have bounties, considering what we did at Obsidian Post for you. So, we have to find some group to protect us.
Okay, yeah.
Ed kind of says, well, I don't give a fuck. Either way, as long as I can use Bessie. And Brent just puts his...
Atan shouts, "What the fuck is Bessie?"
Ed pulls out his long rifle that's taller than him.
Big gun!
Points it at you. Won't test it?
Pull out my sword. I'm like, the fuck you wanna try?
I'd like to be a little farther away before we start.
And then I just reach over and give him like fucking shoulder grab him.
Yeah, no, he is sloshed at this point.
So is Atan at this point.
Yeah,
And
you know,
me. And I'm kidding, no.
Rose like, another galley! Another galley!
Another barrel.
Give me a whole wagon's worth real quick.
Warden,
This man with the restoration. Fuck his
takes a moment. He stands up. Pardon me, and walks over to the duffel bag of it. Heart. And
No, just get your
he picks it up because I'm sure he's
instantly
noticing some other people may have walked in and the bag wasn't right next to him.
Yeah.
But he's going to go
So it's
and
just
he's going to walk upstairs and put it into the room.
Okay.
But that's all I was going to say. Just pardon. And he grabs the heart.
Grabs the bag and puts it and just keeps it with him, or
No, he goes up to our room. Well, wherever is our room now.
okay. Yeah. There have been a couple rooms that have thus far kind of permanently just been marked as yours. There's
Yeah.
quite a few up there. So.
Yeah, but
Do
I'm
you have
going
a
to walk
tab
up to
signal
Warden's
for that,
room.
or is it free of charge?
They did some stuff for Jack, among other things.
But yeah, we're gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up there and secure the bag, the heart in the room.
As Bram keeps going a little bit on about, oh, my birthright, now I'm technically second in the line, but not anymore, just kind of woe is me. Jack says, if you wish to work on a farm, I could arrange it. We have quite a large farmstead, and Bram just kind of glares daggers at him. But Bram's a little drunk as well, so he just kind of relegates himself to his food.
I feel like that'd be good for Graham's fucking
He's really not.
I know he's not.
He's sacrificed so
I was gonna say,
much.
he's actually been very chill. I don't.
Bro is chill. Do you have something here?
I was just gonna say, back on the her coming with us or not, I was gonna say,
Yeah, I think Graham's not
I'm going to sleep on it, and we can discuss this further tomorrow.
Alright. Well, I believe the bigger thing you should be discussing, said Shayla, is whether dog will be coming with you. Because that is quite a bit more of an interesting thing. He's almost big enough to ride. Almost. Maybe we could ride him in a smaller form.
I had told him that I would allow him to come if he could get his drivy tail under control.
Well, it's mostly under control. I have been trying to train him after he nearly stabbed me with it a few days ago. Or should I say, a day and a half ago. It's quite good. I'm sure you would enjoy collecting some of what comes from this camp.
I could definitely use some of that.
It's no wyvern poison, but it'll mess something up. At least the little one would be able to ride, if you so wished.
I don't think she heard.
I'm sorry.
I was waiting for Nari to say some shit.
I'm so sorry. What did
I was.
We were all waiting for him. Shayla was talking about how Drake could ride dog. He's about the only one who's small enough right now who could ride dog.
That's all that needed to be said. That's.
Oh my god, what?
Or Trick wild shapes into an actual dog and then rides dog.
This is a good idea.
Go on. I turn into a poodle and lay flat. Is there any other discussions that you guys wish to have with anyone today? Before we do drinking and other dumb bullshit and probably skip a couple days of just kind of rest.
Partying for 3 days, 3 nights, maybe.
Give me my You guys
Is there any discussions you guys wish to have with anyone else in Karth? There's Tarek, there's Ventar.
No one that's able to make a sword out of 2 spiky bones, so I'm
Two spiky bones. Probably not in Karth.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no one for that, so I'm just
I
gonna
was gonna
wait.
check out
Wait by
2 magic shops. One, see if the tent one was actually thing now. But first, I was going to just at one of the times in the room bring up in front of all
Okay,
you guys.
two things. Is there a wig shop? Or
Okay,
Hey.
explain to me what you want from a wig shop.
to go with his snazzy suit? He doesn't have any hair.
Okay.
He's metal.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
either bald or hair. No
Bro
balding.
does have a helmet on
And
constantly.
we'll get some blue.
It's basically like
You could find
seeing-
some form of herbalist who says she could put something together if you got the hair.
If I got the hair, who has the longest hair in town? I would like to go cut it.
We could see if the magic shop has anything.
It'd be.
I
It's
would
just
also
got.
like
It's
to
just
find a
unicorn
synthetic
hair.
winner for Warden. So I can keep calling him the Iron Lover.
It's called the Ring of the Afro.
Jade, I know you
Anyway,
remember. Was the
I mean, technically, they
magic
have a lot of
tent?
hair.
Hey Jack,
Sorry.
was
Yes.
the magic
The
tent
magic tent.
in Karth? For some reason, I thought it was in Donturum.
Thought it was I went into it. I don't think I've been to Doctor.
Can't remember
I went
either.
inside it.
It was like right before we left.
Was. I believe it was here.
Okay, yeah.
When
Weren't
did we meet
weren't
Gorsh?
we in Don
Yeah,
Jerome?
you guys were in
And
Karth.
then the lady teleported us to his tower.
Yeah, and then that
And
next
then
day.
we did our stuff here at the Whale's Call and then left the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would be in Karth.
So before I head
They're
outside,
not
I
here.
go to. They're not here.
What?
What?
You say it's not here?
No, it is in Karth.
Oh.
The tent is in
Sweet.
Karth.
So first, I'm gonna bring up and say, do any of you guys want this scimitar of speed or these bracers? If not, I'm probably going to.
Yes, yes.
Can you use them?
Yes.
That was quite swift. Can you actually use the Drake?
I don't believe you can use these. You just said you couldn't the other day.
Deception 9.
Okay, let me roll an insight. Well, what's my pass my insight on here? What do I pass? Oh, I guess I'll roll an insight.
Ward
Natural 20 plus 3.
I think that beats it. What do you
Yeah.
think, Zach?
Yeah, that does.
Are you lying?
Oh yeah,
Alright.
through his teeth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
but
definitely alternative motives. He wants them, but
not because he can use them.
what do you want them for?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
we have a mutual friend.
I don't trust you. I'm taking these to the shop. Bye bye.
No,
No,
that's what I was gonna do.
As
It's
he's
not
happening,
Okay, come on. Let's go.
After some time, Warden walks back downstairs. And approaches the table, more so to Jack, and he said, Jack,
Yes, Warden.
do you know of any affliction that would prevent mending armor?
A fair few. Would you like me to inspect you?
I am concerned about this crack that I've been noticing in my armor. I have not been able to mend it. And he kind of pulls back his shirt, and you got like, whoever's at the table sees like a hairline crack down my part of my breastplate, and surrounding that, what looks like a discoloration of the metal, like a shade of around the metal. So kind of like what welding does, like how it creates the
heat zone?
that yeah, the heat zone. It creates like almost like a heat zone around it. But the heat zone comes to almost like a point. But I just kind of show that.
As you do, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Mike makes a comment about how it almost looks like an infected cut.
Last I knew of all of my healing studies, metal couldn't get infected.
Well, unless it's oxidized.
Nice. That's a 11.
Were you fiddling with the rust monsters again?
Brother, I would be the meanest DM if I ran a rust monster against a dude fucking made of metal.
I cast corrode.
I can't, literally.
I
Bro just
cast
goes, uses
oxidation.
bite attack on Warden. Warden, 5 days later, dying from osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis.
Contour water.
Warden rolled an 11.
Jack seems intrigued. He says,
Do you wish me to? I'm still wearing the white
not,
shirt. So.
not out here. We can take it to my private office before doing that. Now that the vines are gone, there
He's
should
not
be
a
enough money for
viner.
both of us.
Understood.
Man, that's crazy.
And so, would you like to take care of this now, or would you want to wait until this evening?
Warden, who's looking visibly very worried, says, While I do not need to rest per se, well, sleep per se, I believe this has been causing me to be quite restless the past half a day or so.
Alright, well if you would wish to meet me in my private room here in a few minutes, I can take a look at it.
Understood.
Alright, so we're gonna go to Gorsh, Strake. Is anybody wanting to join them?
Someone should.
Magic shop.
Remember last time.
We're going to the tent first.
Oh, the magic shop? Okay. Yeah. We'll tag
Shayla's
along.
gonna go wherever you go.
We're
Ours
tagging
will
along.
follow as well.
I'm heading to take us to the tent first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still wearing
So,
the tux.
you
That's
guys
the thing, it's all covered up.
go through the city, wandering from side to side, and as you get
So I
to the
pulled back the
place
shirt.
where the tent was
To show the-
previously, it is no longer
thing.
there.
Well, what's in its place?
There is nothing in its place.
Insight.
It's literally be a blank wall.
I walk
Doctor
up.
Who.
Oh, it's just a wall.
It is just a wall.
Where it was, there's a wall.
Yeah, it's almost as if the two buildings to each side that had defenses, it's almost as if that fence had been blocked off.
I knock on the wall.
You go and you knock on this hard brick wall. Nothing seems to
Any
come.
guards nearby?
No.
No? No one nearby?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Not many people just walking around town.
I mean, there are some people just walking by there seems to be a halfling family that's being led through the streets.
Hey, excuse me.
As they look up at this orc,
Half orc.
half orc, looks like an orc close enough for them. The man who seems to be like the father of the slow group. There's 3 little quarterlings following them, and he kind of looks at you and says, "No, why are you not at your state? Wait, I am so sorry.
It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
What can I do?
What happened to the tent that used to be here?
We just came in from the docks.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
We are here to populate the clothing district.
Oh, okay. So they're starting to populate more.
Brother's racial profile. Holy
I
shit.
picked this race knowing.
Yes, 5,000 people on ship should be coming within the next week.
Oh, wow.
I won't.
Hold on.
Share for the class. Share for the class.
Share for the class.
Share for the
Hit the
class.
lockout button.
Share for the class. Share for the class.
Why, Thomas?
Share for the class.
What? She wants to sneak.
Did she just try to log on to your Reddit or something
No,
like that?
no, it's Discord.
Okay. Bro was trying to log into your browser. It's like,
Oh.
No, she was trying
No,
to.
by that point he would have already lost all.
She's
his
trying
money.
to.
Dude,
She was
selling all.
My Discord was still logged in on that, and she was
Okay.
trying to be.
Don't ask
be
me about that.
She was trying to sneak at the messages you were sending me.
yes.
Oh, no, I was just like goofing off because I kept getting notifications over here, but you're like, don't run. And I'm just like, I can see it if I wanted to. And then you logged me out like a bitch.
Log yourself in.
That's the real.
I have to go play it.
Anyway, so he just kind of says, yes, there'll be 5,000 or so people populating the clothing district within the next week.
Wow. Well, I'll let you get to moving in.
Alrighty, thank you. And as he says that, he turns back and you see a second flock of halflings that seem to also be a part of his family, along with a couple of collared half-orcs that are pulling a cart with all of their belongings. And he kind of looks at you and then almost abashedly looks like down at the ground and says, I wish you a good day.
You as well.
I wish I was with you. And like, so the fuck are you doing that for? Places battle axe into the ground.
I just continue on to the other magic store.
Okay.
And then you guys all just witness this. You're whoever's
No,
with.
I'm not there.
You're
yeah,
not.
Jack's
Whoever else
not
is
there,
there.
Warden's not there,
I'm-
everybody else is.
Pissed though in this town. This town's giving
So
me.
you witnessed it and you hate
This
it.
town was chill because the general populace wasn't very
and shopping.
Everyone but
There's
you
more.
two.
Well, no, there was more slaves there,
You two are the only
and now
ones
there's
that-
less slaves.
You're only
But now it's
two
getting more
that say anything.
personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now I've been here for.
However, so Gorsh, as you go up and you kind of tamper with it, Drake, do you try and do anything?
I'm assuming your scissors.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Gorsh and say, okay, here's the thing. I think that I can figure out where the tent is, but this is urgent. Should I do that, or should I blow up that cart?
No matter how much I would like you to blow up that cart, I don't want to hurt those people or that family's belongings.
Mainly, you're gonna be hurting the slaves.
Yeah, we'd hurt the slaves. Let's just
Shayla also pipes in and says, I have seen much more of the slavery of this realm than any of you. And this is that no action should be taken. That is what the next months are from what I can tell of what your plans are.
Sayla, shush. You didn't know it. I was testing him. Last time he beat up a homeless man. I'm testing him to make sure that he's more
I
homeless
didn't
than
beat
that.
up a
I
tried playing a game of cards with a homeless man.
And you beat him for it?
No, I tried to scare him for stealing gold. I'm very moral.
I believe there should be A before that.
Stop the cat.
Just because I'm okay, that's fine, that's understandable. I don't like slavery though.
Well, at least we can agree on that.
There we go.
Alright.
Any plants?
Shopping!
Any grass, anything?
Yeah, there are tufts of grass growing from the makeshift roads around this area.
I find the biggest thing that is within eyeshot of that area where the tent was.
There is
Big
a
plant?
plant growing from a pot on, not but a quarter
That's risky. It's a pot. Do I know if it was there before? Should I roll an insight for that?
You can roll an insight to try and see how long it's been placed there.
What about
Or
an
investigate.
history to remember if he saw it the last time?
17.
Definitely not. What did you say, Drake?
17.
17. You kind of go over, and it's a pretty big pot. Like, it probably weighs as much as you do. But you kind of shift it over to the side, and there is a noticeable indent below it. It's been here a while, you would guess.
Great. Speak with plants. Hey. Where did that tent go?
What?
There's a pot over there, and there was a tent. Where did it go?
There's a wall there.
Yep, there is. There was a tent. Yeah?
A tent?
Oh fuck.
You're gonna roll intelligence for the plan. Let's go.
There was a tent.
I figured as much.
What about it?
It's not there right now. How did it not be
No,
there
it's
anymore?
not. How did it? I don't understand. It's there.
That's great to hear. I'm gonna lightly high five his leaf and then walk.
Ah!
Gordon, good news.
Yes?
The tent is still here.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on and say hello. Is anybody in there?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. With disadvantage, I'm gonna say though.
Disadvantage. Ooh.
Actually, you know
I'm
what?
looking
You've got
for-
you've got some people there who can assist you here. Go ahead and call you.
I'm looking for.
I'm calling out and I'm holding up like items and saying, we're giving these to you.
We have goods to sell and we're looking for the
As you
magical
say, we
tent.
have goods to sell. Fucking punching through the brick wall, a hand that holds a
Ah!
crooked green eye just floats there,
Hello.
looking at you.
It's fucking Star Wars.
Hi.
You have goods to sell?
Yes, indeed. And are
What
interested in possibly
goods?
acquiring some goods if you're selling the items.
What are you looking for? I can check stock.
I'm personally looking for some more magical sets of cards and maybe some components. Maybe a magical bag to store things in. No clue what they're looking for.
I will have components aplenty. Any form of magical dice or cards
But also,
I could possibly procure, but I do not have on hand.
Okay. Then what are you guys all looking for?
I would like hair.
Looking for the tent.
Hair?
Not for me, obviously.
I would be able to help. How much hair? What color and what texture? Would you like it straight or curly? We can discuss that after we've
Curly
had the other
blonde
ones.
hair.
Yes, they have better.
Flipping over, kind of locking on the two ravens.
Nari's just like
Only
somewhere
you
there,
remember.
like.
Do you have an order or request?
I'm just saying that.
Did you happen to have any potions of speed?
Potions of speed? Well, maybe not the speed you want, but quite possibly both. I'd have to check. And then she kind of flips to the halfling. I recognize you.
I'm a no.
You are a no.
Yeah.
What do you want?
So you're acting like the tent. No, you're not. Who are you? Are you from the tent?
I asked you, Drake Silestone. What do you want?
Wait. You
Okay,
know
that's freaky.
fuck.
Hey, a tent person? I came here to find a friend, but now I think that you're in my mind, and so I'm
I'm
gonna
not in your mind. I can merely read. Well, that's a discussion for another time.
let's just say
No,
no.
it's a
Let's
discussion.
just say
He's
Drake
got a
almost
username
blew
above
up.
his fucking head with some Minecraft.
Bro's got an MMO, just
Let's
Drake
just say
Silestone.
it wasn't too long ago that Trick nonchalantly just like spilled all the beans to a little girl that was not little.
The eyeball, the hand almost kind of fumbles the eye for a moment before it kind of locks back on and says, "You caught the receiving last time. I was unable to be there when you came to the tent last time, but I am now. I am merely asking, what do you want?"
charge of the tent?
I am its purveyor.
Oh, I thought the tent was its own thing.
It is.
Oh. Where's the tent now?
Here.
Behind the
And
wall?
on the elven streets in Avarian and in a few other places.
Oh.
Mother of.
Oh, that's cool.
It's 9
Well, I have an item to give to it since it seemed like it was a startup thing and I wanted it to be like a really good magic shop, so I was kind of generous. I'm willing to give you a few things still, but it seems like you kind of got things going since I've been gone.
I wouldn't call the Green Hand a chain yet by any means, but it is not a startup either.
Are you a corporation? Dear God.
Dear
No,
God.
no corporations.
Stop lying.
We are purely anti-capitalistic here at the Green Hand.
Then
Let's
just
go.
give anything for free then.
We still are a business.
That's fair. There's a great example of someone that gave coffee away for free in Portland and then they got out of business after he.
We are no Kondura. We are not a cult, alright?
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Yeah.
So, Drake, again, I ask, what do you want?
I want to care for all the things, but I can give you the studded leather for free.
Studded leather. Is it magical?
Yeah. Nope.
Well, that's kind of useless.
Well, it's been through a lot of different battles. If you can cast these spells and see the history of it, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know any.
What else do you have to offer?
So you're interested in
A movable rod?
What?
A movable rod?
It is quite a comely item, possibly.
Yes, but it also has been through some stuff, and it is actually really dear to me.
I have minimal emotional attachment to these items, unlike yourself. They're not worth
Well,
it.
you're missing out on a whole menu of worth.
Is he always like
Yes,
this?
I'm so sorry.
So what else?
I'm sorry, can you take 10 times as annoying when I figured out you're a real
As
person?
you're saying that, you guys hear him cut off. And you turn around and Shrek, your mouth is smooth. You no longer have lips.
I look at the eye. Can you?
I'm gonna put my hands in the air, and if I could be cheering right now, he would be cheering. He's clapping, he's like making fist bumps, like he's so happy for some
Please
reason.
teach me that. How much for you to give me a scroll of that?
That is not a scroll, I'm sorry to
Can
say.
you copy it on, please? I would love to be able to do
I would love to be able to teach it, however, I do not yet know how to.
that.
It is innate.
Oh, okay. I see.
I cast. Shut the fuck up.
So what I have to offer is seeing how much you could get for this. I hold up the scimitar of speed and the bracers of defense.
And as the eye just kind of looks and it kind of shakes its head, it yanks back into the wall. As it does, you guys all seemingly, you know when like either you're standing or you're sitting and you feel yourself just black out for about a second and wake back up? All of you experience that at the same time, and then the tent is in front of you.
Oh, is it open?
The doors are not strapped together.
I walk in.
As you kind of step in, you see what appears to be a well-kept, probably would, maybe a Ladrin elven woman sitting behind the counter as she's sitting upon a stool, and the inside looks pretty well kept. There are a couple rows of shelves and such. It seems to be more of a mismatch shop than anything else. With a small, like, cornered off room of overstock and such off to her right, and then a small exit behind her to her left. As she kind of, welcome to the Green Hands. present the items that you're selling, I could appraise
Yes,
them.
here. Place in front the scimitar of speed and the bracers of defense.
Very intriguing. This blade is of Yankee make. Quite intriguing. I'm not gonna have to ask where you got that. Taking the bracers of defense. Thought some form of gift warrior of late.
Ah, a little bit.
Yes. Well, it'll be hard to sell, which brings it down a little bit, sadly. People don't like to buy it from the Githyanki because they know if the Githyanki finds them with it, they're probably going to die. However, I will say, a lot of idiots enter my shop, so
That bumps it a little bit.
that doesn't bump it as far down as it could. The scimitar of speed I'd be willing to take for 1,200 gold pieces.
Can I roll to see if that sounds about right? Arcana, insight, intelligence.
You could do it intelligence, I'd say.
Intelligence. It is a 15.
15? That seems fairly reasonable for coming from combat. Like, things from combat oftentimes sell less than, and they have to make a profit on it as well. So that seems fairly reasonable, maybe on a middle low end.
If I did the brace, what about for the bracers?
The braces, I could do the pair, let's say 2,000.
2,000? Think you could do 14 for the sword?
I would give the pair for 2.
What?
I would take the pair for 2,000. That is my offer.
Did you just say 2,000 for the bracers?
No, I said 2,000 for the pair.
Oh.
That's what she said.
24?
I don't think so.
I'm thinking about purchasing some items, maybe at least a slight discount.
There may be a discount. Perhaps if you are continuous purveyors.
I mean, if you're where we're heading, we will probably be.
I don't believe we have a shop up in Donturo yet.
Thinking about
Hot thing now.
franchising.
Did we say where we were
They
going
can,
yet?
they can see in our
We
head.
didn't say shit! I don't like this. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Rory doesn't like people
does
fucking
not
around.
work out.
How much are the wigs?
What did I miss? The 1 minute I was gone, she
I was
pisses
gone
out
for 30 seconds.
seconds. I took a quick piss and everything falls apart.
Well, what kind of hair would you like?
I would like red or blonde hair, medium length.
Would you like a reddish blonde?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
Curly, long, short.
Mid length. Long
Mid-length.
enough to fit over a large helmet.
That's not very mid-length.
Well then long.
Do you want it at the shoulders or hips? How much is it?
Hips.
No.
Shoulder?
I want it to just be enough
Mid-
that like when he goes, it like flings and bounces
Mid-
and all that. You know what I mean?
Mid back.
She's
Um,
now
I
fantasizing.
do want
Are you
it.
thinking about your mirror, Nari?
No, it's for Warden.
I think you're looking for mid back.
Sure, mid back.
A mid-back.
Mid back. Yes.
Alright. Well,
More like shoulder length. On it.
Yeah.
let me see what I can do. And you see she kind of steps back into the room. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. All of you guys can roll me a perception check. if you're there.
Wonderful. I perceive the wall.
Shit!
Shayla just got a crit, so.
I got a 19.
Got a 13
13. Okay.
because of my plus 10 modifier.
9.
23.
23. Okay, so Drake. Drake and Shayla are the two who caught this. The two druids. You good?
Fuck.
19. No, you didn't.
Damn.
20 was so
Damn.
as she goes behind the counter, I'm gonna let these people stop laughing.
Sorry. That was rude.
What happened?
You just said randomly, you fat fuck.
Because he walks in with three more pieces of pizza.
Bro has already had 4.
After
Bro
eating
brought
like after
another
drinking like
3.
5 beers.
Leftovers are a thing.
Beer.
It's on a 6-1, yeah.
6 beer.
He's 2 sips shy of 6.
And then
He's thriving too.
No, what was funny is I made a look. I was like, and then he's like, "You fat fuck." It was like- okay. Anyways.
So,
I love you,
Shayla.
Jack. I love you.
Shayla, Shrek.
I'm hungry.
As this elven woman goes behind the counter and kind of closes a line of beads behind her, you guys hear an ever so soft and a ripping sound, followed by what sounds like a comb for a few seconds before she comes out and presented, tied almost to like a leather cap, is a full luscious hair of like dark, like dirty blonde with hints of deep red auburn inside of it that probably hangs about 2.5 to 3 feet, which is what it would take to get worked.
Wonderful. And does it come with any sort of adhesive?
It will. If the leather cap is placed, it will stick.
I'm going to put it on a helmeted.
If you put it on the helmet, it will suffice as well. I'll say it's not very expensive. Only 30 gold pieces.
Wonderful. Immediately.
I already had the hair on hand.
Immediately purchased.
Didn't have to retrieve the hair.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So that brings costs down very significantly. Scalping people is such expensive work.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, but I'm sure it's very tedious.
Quite.
We'll just ignore that. Hey. Do you have any bag of holdings? Any magical containment?
I believe I have something of the sort. Let me check.
Okay.
And she goes and I'll allow you to roll another perception check.
No.
Okay.
No.
Trake and Shayla, however, you guys both again hear that nasty sucking sound. And this time you guys all hear almost like some kind of Russian small incantation as brought forth is a handy haversack that she comes and she sets it on the counter. I would be charging 700 gold pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
Just out for now as well. Do you happen to have a card sharp's deck or house of cards?
I do not. I don't believe. We are not purveyors of gamblers very often. So we don't
These are
get many
more
of that coming in.
weaponry almost for them.
But I still don't know if I would have any cards. I'm sorry to say.
And then
We hate to disappoint.
that's fine. Then I will instead I'll take 50 incense and 50 gold worth of incense, and then do you have pearls worth about 100 gold?
I could sell you a necklace.
How much would the pearls each be worth? At least around 100.
Around.
Okay, how many pearls would be on that?
I could give you a pearl, one that had 12 pearls.
I'll do that then, since in the haversack.
If we did that in the haversack, then I would only owe you 100 gold pieces. As the pearls would be 100 apiece. 12 necklace would be 1200 plus the 700. And you gave me 2000.
I think that's fair.
Alright. As she kind of goes back and you don't hear anything this time as she just appears with a set of pearls, some white, I'm going to say there are 3 black ones on there.
3 black ones. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Since I know that's part of what you're looking for.
Yeah, now I have to start keeping track of special components. Those ones it doesn't say get used.
Yeah.
The
So,
other
black
ones
ones.
do. Which
The white ones get used.
The white ones it
Of
calls
course they
out.
do.
Yeah.
Whites have much less
Now I have to
notes.
start adding notes for components.
As she goes, alright, you're taken care of, you're taken care of. Ravens, you're wanting potions, yes? What types of potions again?
I want to go fast.
Want to go fast. Now, are we talking just raw as she floats the book off and the pages flip without her touching it. We'll say 550 gold pieces per.
Maybe next time.
Are you a cat?
Maybe next time. Are you sure we can make some bargain? I can tell you have some magical items of your own. Maybe you could get some financial help. We possibly could offer financing options if you wish.
Drake's the sugar daddy. Ask Drake.
Drake just hears in his head, hey, so you said you had some money, right?
Yeah.
How about 1100 money?
Yeah.
Can I have 1100 monies? I want to go fast.
Go for it.
I want to go fast. Like twice. So. Yeah.
Going fast is quite
Okay.
expensive.
I just slowly, like, deadpan from Treg back over to her, and I just go,
But I was merely saying. I hope I didn't interrupt. But I could tell you were thinking to him.
what's that, Treg?
Yeah.
I'll take 2 and you can put it on his tab.
All right. Well, tab of the little man then. What can I do for you? Do you have any requests? Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. And you're almost as a zipper pulling across your face. Your lips reappear.
Thanks. No, I told you all I wanted was make friends with 10. It seems that you're a friend and it doesn't need it, so, good.
I could certainly see if the tent wanted to talk, but he's quite a fickle creature.
Oh, so you don't have like absolute control over it?
I mean, I have as close as you can get, but it is still a being in and of itself. I'm not a slave master.
Is it like a beast or?
I don't know what we would call it.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna reach into the orb and I'm just gonna start getting handfuls of gold and handing them to Nate until it's about 1,100.
Okay, and as the gold's coming out at Nate, you're kind of trying to count them as quickly as you can. Once you reach 1,100 exactly, she kind of holds her hands up. I believe that will suffice. And all the gold kind of floats over to her. She kind of moves it all, and you guys just hear the cacophony of coins hitting a bucket on the other side as she scoops them over.
Thanks, Treg.
Well, if you have any other
You want me to
requests, if you have any other requests, the Green Hand, as long as the tent is willing, will always be open to you. And since you have now been officially gleaned as patrons, it will likely not deny requests of entry. I will see about possibly opening up something in Donduro here in the near future. However, if things are served as far as I can tell them, I don't know if that expansion will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Again, your patronage will always be welcome at the Green Hand. You're welcome to join us at any time. If you have any other questions, the shop will be open.
Roast purple fruit?
Noria's gonna leave while she's talking.
Like
It's her
roast
launch
purple
spiel,
fruit.
and she's kind of over it. She's very excited to get the wig on board.
A gross purple fruit. What exactly are we speaking of?
Right, bag of holding, which he winces a lot while he's going in for it, expecting an electric shock, but he's good. He takes out a disgusting purple fruit that hasn't really aged, but just due to the fact that it's been sitting in a bag with or without air for a really, really long period of time. It's not in bad shape, but it is a fruit from deeper in the fold.
As you try and grab it, it almost like it's slush. So it almost like folds as you try and grab it, so you get it very gingerly and pull it out. She kind of looks at it and says, "Intriguing. Where did you retrieve it from? I cannot tell its origins."
Oh yeah, it's from this tree named, what's the name? Exactly, I forgot.
Larry.
Larry. It's this tree named Larry, really depressed, and we stole his fruit, but I don't think he cares much.
Stolen fruit. An ancient tree. Fruit freely given would be more valuable.
I just reach into my bag and I pull out one. I say, "This one was freely given."
She kind of floats a little green hand over and holds it closer to herself and says, she takes this big, long whiff of it. And as she kind of takes a second hand and opens it up, you see active like maggots and creatures crawling in it. It says, "I'll give you 50 gold for the pen."
75.
Done. And as that happens, you see she takes a look at it, and you could almost swear she licks her lips. And then
Alright, should I specify what you want to do?
You can, since I just used your money.
very gingerly takes both and sets them down below her. "Well, if you have any other items, just let me know. Otherwise, you are welcome to leave whenever.
Okay.
Goodbye."
And I head to the other match shop.
The thing is, now that I've seen that they're actually in fact filled with gross things, I'm just gonna pull out another 6. Be like, 75 for a pair, you said?
50.
Oh, I thought it was 75 for the pair. As I pulled out the rest of
You
them.
cannot trick me, I'm sorry to say.
He just got 75 for the pair.
She just continues to stare at you.
They're gross purple fruit. Just letting you know. I know it's hard to think of it, but
Drake, these are
Yeah.
gross purple fruit.
I'm sorry, you cut out. I heard that. I heard you call me a purple fruit.
Drake, you gross purple fruit!
Is he wrong?
No, I said these are the gross purple fruit.
Right, but you called them a pear.
He said 75 for a pair, so you were meaning it like 2. He's taking it like a...
Yes, I get that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I
Well, I still have 2 more gross purple fruit.
I just pulled out 6 more and she's only giving me 50 each, or offering me 50 each. Pair.
Then don't sell them.
50 for a pair. Is that not what I just said?
It is.
Yeah,
you
and
said
then he
75 for a pair.
said 75 for a pair and she said deal.
I did not hear the 75 for a pair. I
Neither
only...
did she.
Yeah, because you
You
said
got
That is
50.
what happened.
Okay, what you got was 50. I said, I'll give you 50 for the pair.
and then he's like
And I never heard
75, and then
never
you're like,
heard.
deal.
I never heard him. I swear to God, I never heard him speak. I think someone else
It
was
looks like on the
listening.
recording, it really looks like you're responding to me.
It
It did.
We all
I'll have to
followed.
go through the recording. I said...
Homie bamboozled the fuck out of himself.
You may be gaining 25 more gold if you were correct.
Yeah, no, I never heard Trey with a counter offer. She said 50, I heard a pause, like, do we have a deal? And then, yes. That's when I said deal. I was making no response.
My bad.
Rip.
Well, that's why I was so adamant. That's why she was like, I know you're lying to me. Because from my perspective as the DM, I just gave you 50 gold for those 2 fruit.
Yeah.
But she gave us 75.
No.
So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 75.
Oh, we need to leave the recording.
Okay, you dumb motherfuckers! Okay, there was a mix-up of communication. Drake got 50 gold.
Are you sure?
That's final decision.
Are you
Jack, I will kill your character.
Yeah.
Again,
Yikes.
Drake, add 50 gold
Yeah.
pieces for the 2 fruit, not 75.
Yes.
50.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. As long as we say
Why are people still fighting me on
number
this?
40 originally.
He just looks at her and goes, "Are you sure 75 isn't a fairer price?"
Well, his
I'm
was,
gonna cast guidance on him.
his was a little bit more messed up than yours, for sure. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh my god.
While they're doing this, I'm walking to the next magic shop.
Okay. If you're looking for more hard stuff, you're not.
14.
Specific items.
No, not.
That's pretty good.
Not
Can you
hard.
roll guidance?
The-
Oh, guys.
Just because it's a common item
Alright.
does not mean, it just means it's easier to make. It does not necessarily mean it is everywhere.
Yeah, it's
17.
You could
Not bad.
conscript it, but it would probably take time. 17?
Yeah.
I could be convinced for 60 per pair.
Alright, good enough for me.
So
I will hand over 3 pairs.
3 pairs, so
The rest of my fruits.
180 gold pieces. She almost seems to be brimming with excitement with getting so many of these.
You know what? I'm about to make your day, lady. I'm gonna go to her. You think that it's over at this point, but you can have 2 more, but they're going to be the most expensive, so...
Why? They're always more expensive.
Because they're the last 2 we have.
There
Supply
is the
and
general thoughts of supply and demand. However, why would I raise the price again? Jade, if you keep on this, like, legitimately, I did not hear you, and I want to
I know,
move
I'm
on.
joking. Hey, I'm joking.
We have 15 minutes, and y'all are still on 75 gold pieces.
God.
Fine. I'll settle for 70.
You'll settle for 70. I don't think I'll pay over the 60 that I gave your friend.
Well, that's
Well,
fine.
Thanks.
We'll be
I'll
able to
start
do
heading
that
off after
when you're
lunch.
out of those fruit.
Alright, will do. Trick.
Alright, I said I'm gonna head it gently on the way out.
So you kind of gently pet it, and it almost moves into your hand. As you-
Aww. Nice. I'm gonna give it a gold.
Do you toss a gold to it?
Do the tent.
So as you kind of flick a gold to the tent, it hits the tent and almost gets absorbed into the thick fabric.
Nice. Alright, I probably don't have the speak with plants still active, do I?
Speak with plants still up.
10
I think
minutes.
It's only 10 minutes. We've been talking way more than 10 minutes. Yeah.
Alright, no problem.
You can always recast it.
Now I'm good.
You're good. All right. You were gonna check the next shot. Are you wanting to try and conscript it?
Maybe there's also some spells.
Okay. Let's just go through and rather than role play, just speak it. What are we looking for?
Dawn and Big
Easy squeeze.
Bigby's hand.
And Dawn.
So 5th level spells for spell pearls are fairly expensive. So you'd be paying, I believe it's 400 gold pieces per scroll. And then it would be, your cost to transcribe it into your
I
book.
will show you the items real quick as well. Also, perch stick. This one's a lot more likely for any shop to have because it's a very. Tell me, you read through that?
1d8 force damage. Okay.
For everyone or something?
Yeah, sure.
This one's a lot more likely for just a random shop, a random shop to have because it's shelter based. This still would be they'll have. Yeah.
Those are fucking whack, uncommon items. Not necessarily because they're powered, they're
No,
just
they're just funny.
super weird.
Yeah.
I'd say the thing is that's just not something you would see people want to use right
The
now.
House of Cards one I could see. The card sharp stick, not really.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't. You could maybe get someone to conscript the house for, say, like 500 gold pieces.
How long would it take?
I'd say 3 days.
3 days.
2-3 days. They're on a backlog with a whole bunch of new people coming in.
If I gave you an extra 100, is that open
I
time?
could have it ready by the morning after tomorrow.
Next round. How far is the range of the rock talkies?
Pretty much.
When are we planning on leaving here?
Couple days.
Couple days? Yeah, I'll do that. So
Ah.
600, and then 400 for each of the spells.
Yes.
Okay. 1400 it is.
Alright. So, with shopping done, we are going to come back to Jack and Gordon. So as
Is the other Jack coming along? Well, are you just gonna stay at the bar drinking, or
What are you doing?
Well, you and Jack are the
He's visiting the back rooms.
you and Jack were the only ones that were at the table when I walked up, and I showed the
scar.
crack in the armor with the
yeah, because there's that
scarring metal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he says, let's go to our private quarters because the bar people are walking in the
Oh, I
bar.
thought you came up before us. Before we left.
So you guys had all made the decision
You
to
were
go and
walking
do
out.
stuff, but we hadn't said you'd walked out yet.
Yeah,
But he had
you were
all
walking
So
decided.
basically, I made a comment in passing then as we
Yes.
kind of headed out,
Oh,
sort of thing. Okay.
I'll ask Jack, am I good to come as well? I just look back and forth.
I don't see why not. I mean,
All right.
Awesome. And I just can I find a way to get like popcorn and just wash in the corner?
It'll be a tight to fit. You could get something of the form.
Something like popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm just like in the corner, just like watching.
Hanging out in the
Raunchy
cup
food.
chair.
Yeah.
It's like this is so cool. My
It's-
two favorite people are in the same room.
It'll be a bit of a tighter fit in my office, but that is fine.
Don't worry about me. Pretend I'm not here. I just keep you just hear munching in the corner.
So in the little door that Atan, you specifically remember freezing shut with your ice breath, he kind of opens it up and there are active like little cracks and holes in it that haven't yet been mended as he kind of opens the door into maybe like a 5x7 room that has bookshelves lining all of the ends. So there's a couple chairs sitting there and Jack kind of denotes for Warden to sit in one of the chairs.
or just sit or stand.
What is he playing?
Probably Overwatch.
I'm gonna be honest, probably Overwatch.
That's the most Overwatch response. Or unless
It's
he plays,
Overwatch.
I was gonna say, or he plays League of Legends.
So,
Yeah, he is playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
So, as he kind of leans down and almost like cuts away a bit of the cloth.
Well, you can just unbutton my shirt.
Okay, he'll
Or
unbutton
I'll
your shirt.
unbutton my shirt.
He'll unbutton your shirt and
Okay.
move it to the side.
you won't say no.
By the way, size-wise.
Huh?
I said size-wise. Like
Size-wise, you're
it's
talking-
It's
This is.
It's chest.
yeah, the one on the front.
This one.
Okay.
It takes up the majority of the chest.
Okay, so
The one
as
on the
he
back
kind
goes
of-
all the way down to the shin.
Moves all of your clothing aside.
So I'm standing up so you can take off my shirt. Okay. Anyways.
So as he begins to look into it, he pulls down a book
So
and seems to cast some form of spell.
Are you playing different music?
Slight.
Okay.
And so as he opens the book and kind of waves a hand in front of it, you feel an intense spike of pain in your chest as and as he does, and you kind of wince, taking a little bit of damage, he says, most intriguing.
I noticed this crack forming, these cracks in my armor. The morning after the battle, before we had worked here, I had taken my rest and believed that I had fully healed. And since then I have been attempting to mend it.
That will not do. I'm not even certain I can help you with this. I will continue to try though. And you see that he kind of looks back and looks around and pulls out a diamond. And he kind of holds his hand out and taking a bit of time, attempts to cast Greater Restoration. As he does, an intense pain shoots up into your chest, and you see him almost lurch back as the diamond shatters in his hand.
Oh shit.
Well, that is most intriguing, as he kind of like pulls little shards of diamond out of his hand. Kind of stretching.
Boy, am I glad I died.
Yeah. You're just sitting here like eating the popcorn.
I'm just like Thor in the corner.
Yeah.
As this happens, he says, would you be alright with me breaking through the surface layer a little? I have an idea, or at least
What do you mean by breaking through?
I would have to shed some of your armor around that, and then see if I can repair it afterwards.
Warden says, allow me, but with your assistance it may be swifter. And
Alright.
Atan here sees Warden. He's never seen Warden do this. The party members have seen me jump on with cold plate armor, but almost mechanically, like all the different plates of around my chest armor is just like, and then like each piece is being taken off individually as like they're kind of like popping off.
It's like
we're
catcher's gear.
and it's shedding off the heavy plate layer essentially.
So as he kind of helps you remove your heavy plate, just leaving your general breastplate, kind of, and
That pearlescent metal.
pearlescent white metal, kind of, it has almost an even thicker form of this symbol laid out upon it.
And a crack that's almost even thicker.
Yeah, and specifically noting just above your left, chest area, like just above the nipple, there is almost a sunken hole set in your pearl-lined metal form. And he kind of peers in, digging into it. And he goes and he says, I will be right back. And he goes out and bringing back almost like a pair of heavy-duty tongs. He says, this will likely hurt. I may not be able to repair the damage as it's been done yet, but may be able to stop the spread. And as he digs around, Atan may have to hold or down, as it is incredibly painful.
Do I need to enter rage? to be able to
Warden has
Do I need a-
tuberculosis.
Do I need to
I have
roll
asked you
anything?
her.
I'll have you roll a Constitution saving throw to see how much Atan has to help here.
John Green has
Do I need to roll a strength check?
That is
Wait,
a
someone who knows who that is.
that is a 20.
I'm here to know who I'm like.
22.
So he
you're
just
able
has to
to.
brace.
Yeah, you're just pretty much pinning his arms back
You got it,
and
bud.
holding it so that his chest is
Yep.
fully exposed.
I'm just like
And
behind
digging
him.
through. I'm gonna roll for this.
Rolls differently kill.
Oops.
Oops, that's the wrong wire.
Oops, that's a what.
That's the wrong.
Looks like
Okay.
orc.
So
It's another orc.
you feel almost at your very core, something detach. As pulling out, you see about 2.5-inch long dragon's tooth. A tip that chipped in one of the many bites that was made upon Warden.
Probably one of the ones that caused the death save.
And its tip coming out with a little bit of wood attached to it, and almost with this like blue effervescent mist surrounding it, covered in black necrotic goo. And as he pulls this out and attempts to seal it, there is minor success. But he says, Warden, I believe some of Cerasis's poison made it to your core. It is not deadly. We were able to catch it quick enough. But I do not know what it will do to you.
Warden, did you see my Discord?
I saw a couple of them, yeah.
Okay. Warden, now taking the time to peer down, since it's exposed, and there's an even greater image of this cracking in this like decay, almost like decay like shadow around the cracking, asks, well, can I roll analysis on specifically the pattern?
Sure. You
If
can
it's
go
like,
ahead and-
if it's a normal, if it's
you can
this is a
either-
normal
I'll
cracking.
allow you to either roll history or arcana.
Okay, I'll roll Arcana.
You may have expertise there. It'll give you a different answer. It'll give you different information depending on what it is.
Well, Warden
You
Warden
speak
wants to know.
Draconic, yes.
Warden,
I speak Draconic.
You could
so
also roll a history or arcana check.
with my passive with my
you see
passive
something?
like my passive stats, would I be able to tell, and also my knowledge of metal, be able to tell that this is not a normal fracture
By no
shape?
means.
Okay.
I'm not smart.
Warden,
Intelligence.
in that case, Warden will roll Arcana.
Okay, I'll roll history then, so that we can both get different answers.
Actually,
if Rogue gets an answer.
If I get an answer,
Rogue-
who knows
gonna
what's
say,
gonna happen with my roll?
Bro, then grab his dice out.
he knows.
I wanted to roll my dice on this one.
Would he have advantage?
I'm having him roll for
Okay.
it because of intelligence levels.
I know, but like,
First roll.
but he's.
Do I get advantage because of Draconic or just regular?
Fucking sure.
Thank you.
That's what I was gonna ask. If he's draconic,
Does primordial help as well?
Well,
Well, I tried.
I'll leave it at
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
Good.
I can only do so much.
Warden.
Damn.
This is the first time
Damn.
Warden has actually like genuinely looked at the entire thing on his chest. Here.
It's called
I
a
just
nipple.
Yeah, I know. I don't have. Warden.
Hair.
Warden rolled a 19 plus 8, 27.
27 arcana. We're gonna wait for this history roll.
Yeah, hold on.
And then see what information I'm given to.
Okay, 16.
16, no additions.
No additions.
Nice.
Straight zero.
Okay. So with a 16 in history, Atan recognizes that these are some form of draconic runes.
Okay, wow, that's real special.
Well, the one on the front seems to be like like almost flaming wings spread with the dragon's head in the middle that you denote to be an awakening. And the one on his back almost seems to be, from your perspective, a flanged dagger around it with flanges that almost make it look like a draconic face plunging into something that you can see as like pain or suffering or agony. And Jack kind of looking at it, kind of also seems to be getting the same.
Are you
idea.
thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes. And then for Arcana, it's more with Arcana pertaining to not as much what this is, but how it's affecting you. The weave inside you that almost seemed to be touched and, for lack of a better term, like darkened by the tooth that got to your core. The weave inside you almost feels stronger. Like it almost feels like a more raw, powerful, innate form of magic that has kind of wormed its way inside you. However, with the runes that it's put on you and the markings almost claiming you in some way, you almost feel a little weaker at the same time physically.
Warden, looking up at Jack, says, I think it's plain that these are not, by any means, a normal fracture in metal.
By no means.
When you removed that tooth for a brief moment, I felt like the weave generator in me grew.
In power?
I feel heavier inside. But I notice this darkness. What is this symbol?
The one on your front, as your friend can tell you, seems to almost be an awakening. And the one on the back
I have
symbolizes...
one on my back.
It is different as well, symbolizing pain or agony or suffering. From what I can tell, unless you want me to, right now, go try and find a way to stop this growth, which I will if you ask, it is both a blessing and a curse. It is an awakening of likely innate sorceress magic inside of you. However, in that same regards, it will cause you pain.
From what I've seen from it, I would try to find a way to clean it.
I can
Because
at least clean the wound and, in a more mechanical sense, repair you. But there's not much I can do.
Warden
would the I was gonna say
interjects. As soon as you say repair him, Warden takes a sharp breath as he remembers the words that he heard from Dr. Voberman, saying that if anything beyond essentially that composite pearlescent plate, mechanically speaking, he's like, don't try to attempt or have someone else try to attempt to fix it or mess with it in any way, because no one is
No one understands.
no one has the intellect or the technology to even understand it. So Warden, with that memory coming back to the surface, saying, I need to see my creator. I need to see Dr. Bob.
sounds right back to the void then. And I just well, first of all, I've been holding on to this whole time.
Yeah.
Either way, I just let go. I probably go instantly to the rock attack, like, hey, get ready for most likely, not immediate, but within the next day or two that we're going to be heading out of here. We're
believe that was your plan either way, but you can discuss it when the rest of
Now
us
with
have
more
decided.
haste.
Ventar can get you to Donturum at least, whenever you need.
Warden, he said that he with some success mended the more gaping.
Yes, it's closed in the sense of like when a scab has begun to heal itself.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like that scab's gonna go away.
Could he fix?
With all of the plate armor that I took off, I'll begin trying to mend it back together.
Would you like us to leave you for the time?
Jack, I might use your assistance just closing all of these cracks in my plate armor. I believe it's important that my armor is fully functional.
Alright, and he's
It
gonna
was-
try and
This plate's completely off thing. You know, obviously, you say
You're able to
it
repair.
repairs it.
You're able to repair most of its foundational issues. There are still some minor cracks, but not in like danger areas.
Okay.
The biggest crack above your left breast is not fully exposed, but not fully closed.
Okay. Warden begins to redon all of his armor with the help of Jack.
When you finish, Jack kind of says, I believe it is for you to process this. Let me know if you need any more help.
Yeah.
He kind of motions to a time for you guys to leave, and leaves you with a couple final things to help yourself as much as you can.
Okay. As
Don't do it. Don't do it. It sounds like it's laughing for you, actually.
mind if I describe this part? As we're being ushered to turn away, and the last of my little servos are connecting to the outer breastplate, all the areas where it's been mended and that discoloration and such that we had mended as much as we could, as it's back on my plate armor, Warden stumbles for a moment, catching himself on the doorpost, as the area that was cracked begins to, like the discoloration seems to just slowly spread from where the original cracks were, and Atan, you hear like a distinct, like almost like a snap as that hairline crack that was all through the center of this symbol, all the lines of the symbol reappears, and when it does, a shimmering, almost reddish energy similar to the mist of the weave that came off the tooth,
Yeah.
but glowing in almost a chaotic red, broke back through, and when that crack happens, Warden falls to one knee.
I instantly go to try and grab him, keep him up.
Okay. Warden, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
At disadvantage.
Fuck.
Plus whatever it is, and that is a 16, so 15 plus.
Thank God for rules.
8?
15 plus 8, so
So a 23?
yeah.
Okay. As you kind of stumble and Atan kind of helps you up, looking at you, Atan, you see an ever moment flash of red in his eyes. And Warden, you hear in your mind, in your very soul, a presence. Almost taking a back seat. And you hear, backseat driver. I guess if I have to for now. Hello, Warden.
What voice voices.
And we're gonna go ahead and end
Mother.
because it's 8:15 almost.
I think your chair needs WD-40.
Mine.
That's one.
Because I don't sit still, and then every time I started giggling at it, it made me shake it in just the perfect motion where it kept squeaking.
I don't have WD-40.
And that's why
You
I
don't
was
have
literally
WD-40.
laughing so hard because I
Bro, I
couldn't
don't
get my
need it
chair
in
to
here.
stop.
Remember, I just moved out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if anything that if it's anything that's like a normal you have it kind of thing, it's
You
like
should have it.
until I need it, I'm not gonna have it. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and end the recording there. I believe everything recorded perfectly this time, so
I
hopefully I'll have it posted.
wanted to ask Warden if he would try to deceive me if I get inside it.
We
I was
can-
just-
Dad,
begin
is
that.
that you?